What is this white stuff we got here? So I guess today is Monday, April 18th, 2022. And we have one last snowstorm, it seems like. I guess we're supposed to get 4 to 8 centimeters. That mirror is completely covered over. Yeah, looking at the map here, it looks like hold on. Looks like there's a little bit of stoppage on both the 401 and 402. But the rest looks pretty green, so we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, this is the snow just started to fall less than an hour ago, so it's already accumulating on the grass, but pavement is seems to be dry enough that it's not accumulating on the road. I also haven't seen any snow plows out yet, so I don't know how slick the roads are gonna be. I don't think they're gonna be too bad, just because it's warm enough. But I think visibility is gonna be our biggest issue. No, you wait your turn. Already I don't like how snowed over that mirror is. I can't really see too much through it, but my mirror heat button doesn't work anymore. I don't know where he popped out of, so visibility down the road isn't too great. There's anyone in this right lane here coming up unless they don't have their headlights on, because at this point that's all you can see in the mirror is just headlights until they're right up on you. The roads being slick is the biggest worry. out here right now. I think the biggest issue is going to be visibility. Like he probably had a little bit of a hard time seeing where I was in his mirrors, so I flicked the breather lights on and off. That's usually the brightest thing people can see on my truck, and I can flick them on and off with that switch. So when someone's coming around in front of me to pass, I flick them on and off to let them know it's safe to pull in there. But yeah, already he's just a couple truck lengths away and I can't see his lights. I just see the outline of his box, so visibility is not great. I think I'm actually going to drop a gear this speed. My radio has been acting up recently too, at least picking up extra static. So I end up having to squelch out a lot. So I turned it down. I turned the squelch down a little bit, so we're probably going to get little bits of static popping in here and there, but if someone's calling out something on the radio going on up ahead, we can hopefully catch it, and if there's a wreck or something, we can peel off the highway before running into it. Brake lights up ahead, but I think it's just running into slow traffic. Like, that's one thing you want to keep in mind when you're driving through snowy, slippery weather, is just take it slow. Leave plenty of following distance, not like this guy. And basically, kind of the way I judge it is you get to know the feel for the roads and kind of how slick you think they might be. And as far as your visibility is, you have to expect that traffic is at a dead stop right at the edge of your visibility. So you drive at a speed that you have enough room in your visibility to come to a complete stop. So if it's low visibility, if you can only see a few truck lengths ahead of you, you drive slow enough that you can stop within those couple truck lengths. This guy's got a whole load of Teslas and half of them have four-ways on. That's pretty funny. But the same goes for if the road's slick and slippery. Obviously it's going to take a whole lot longer to slow down. So you drive at a slower pace that gives you enough time to slow down in your following distance. I'm also kind of worried about my tail lights snowing over. If you notice on these trailers, the lights are inset, and if there's snow accumulating on the road, it's usually spraying up and comes around and sticks on the tail lights in that little pocket. It seems to be more of a recent problem because trailers have LED lighting more and more, which doesn't produce enough heat to burn, like to melt off the snow. as it accumulates. So you end up getting these LED lights covered with snow more often than the incandescent lights. Mind you, right now it's a kind of a wet snow and it's not really sticking to the road, so I don't think we have that much of an issue. Plus you can tell from all the other traffic that it's not really sticking to their lenses. But you kind of have to be aware that that kind of thing can happen, and it reduces the visibility of the traffic behind you to see you coming up. And as you can tell, well, there's still some traffic that likes to just plow on down the road like it's a sunny, clear day, and that's when accidents can happen. You also kind of want to be aware, this goes for driving at any time, not just during snowstorms, but you always want to give yourself an out. For example, if this truck in my lane ahead of me slams on his brakes or hits another truck and comes to a dead stop, the left lane is plugged up with traffic. It is not an escape route, but the shoulder is open as an escape route. That's one of the reasons that traffic is supposed to, like trucks at least, you're supposed to be in the rightmost lane and then use the center lane for passing, and not just hold yourself in the center lane all the time, because the right lane gives yourself an out if something were to happen, because you generally have a shoulder available or the ditch available to go off in the case of an emergency or worst case scenario. Whereas in the center lane, if something happens in your lane and you have to stop but you don't have room, or someone cuts you off and crashes or something, there's usually traffic on both sides, so your escape route is crashing into more vehicles. This area, and this is a downhill coming up here, and traffic, there's usually a fair amount of traffic merging in from this exit here, or I guess this on-ramp. So sometimes traffic bunches up a bit at the bottom of this hill, so leaving a little bit of extra space to account for that is kind of a smart idea. I don't have the visibility on my left side to see if I can merge over into that lane in short notice, so he found his own spot. It wasn't necessarily safe for me to move over and give him space, but he figured it out. So I guess this video kind of turned into a tips and tricks for driving in the winter type of thing. I'll probably do another better version of winter tips and tricks next season when we get into some actual snowstorms and stuff. But really the best thing you can do to avoid a crash in the winter is just, if it's a bad snowstorm and you know it's going to be a bad snowstorm, and you don't have to go out, don't go out. It's the best way to avoid a crash. But if you do have to go out, then obviously take it slow, know your following distance. But like a lot of people have said time and time again, no load is worth your life. So if you don't feel safe driving, just park it. Dispatch might have a fit, but it's better than ending up in the ditch and being late on your load anyways, or dead and not having a load, period. Temperature, that's the second time the fan has caught on its own. My radiator is actually clogging up with snow, and that usually only happens when it's this kind of wet, kind of gooky snow. It builds up on the rad, on the grill and the rad, and then it doesn't flow enough air through. So when I go, even taking it slow up hills, like I'm only putting in 10 to 20 psi on boost, and full throttle's over 40. So even just taking it lightly, my engine starts heating up pretty quick because the rad's plugged up with snow. So I'm thinking I'm gonna just run with my fan on for the next little while. Now we got, what's this guy gonna do? I can see this van taking the space in front of me, but no, he's gonna head on up over to the left lane, so we're all right here. But yeah, I will do a more in-depth tips and tricks for winter driving video later on, but for now I figure this is a pretty good update for just one last snowstorm of the year. April 18th is very late in the season to be getting snow, so I'm hoping, there's a snowplow. Yeah, we got a snowplow slash salter truck out, so yeah, they're putting a fresh layer of rust creating salt down on the road. So hope you have your vehicles undercoated, otherwise they're gonna rust away to nothing. But anyways, I'm thinking I'm gonna end it here and catch you guys at the next video. Have a good one.